Hello everyone, this is Navanita. Now we are going to discuss the topic from Chapter 7, Electricity, Current and its Effects. See here, Rajesh and Pavani are studying at night and the power goes off. Rajesh searches the table desk for the torch and the batteries. So Pavani tries to insert the batteries in the torch. She tries for a few minutes and the torch lights up. So you must be familiar with such a situation. Yes. So in our home also, when the power goes off, we also search for the batteries or torch, because we will not find easily anything in the dark. Okay, so by using of torch only we can see the objects, right? So do you know how to insert batteries in a torch? Can you make out whether the switches of the torch is working properly? Can you determine whether the bulb in the torch is fused? So already in class 6 you have learnt about the torch and how it works. So now let us see what a cell or battery contains. So make your own cell. See here. So for this we will need a few things to make a cell. So first get 2 induction bottles. Okay, so first take 2 induction bottles. Then cut 2 3 centimeter long bits of thick copper wire. Okay, take a thick copper wire and use a sandpaper, okay, to rub the wire here. Okay, now here use sandpaper to scrape about 1 centimeter of the coating of both ends of the wires. So break and open a discharge dry cell. Okay, we have to take one dry cell here and remove its outer metal covering. Okay, which is made of zinc. Now cut 2 mm wide and 3 cm long zinc strip from zinc plate and a copper strip from a copper plate. So insert the copper strip and zinc strip separately into the rubber caps of the injection bottles. So ensure that the copper strip and the zinc strip do not touch each other. Right? So here we have taken 2 injection bottles and a 3 cm long copper wire. And by using of a sandpaper, we scrape about 1 centimeter of the coating of both ends of the wires. Okay? Yes, so here. Now break and open a discharge dry cell. So one discharge dry cell we have to take here. And we have to remove the outer metal which is covering, right? So which is made of zinc. Now cut 2 mm wide and a 3 cm long zinc strip. Okay, wide is 2 mm and long is a 3 cm from zinc plate and a copper strip from copper plate. Now we have to insert the copper strip and zinc strip separately into the rubber caps of the injection bottle. You can see here in this picture. We are inserted zinc strip and copper strip inside to the injection bottles. Now the copper strip and zinc strip do not touch each other. So here you can see these two are not touching each other. So now take a wire and connect the zinc strip of one bottle with the copper strip of the other bottle. Okay. Take a wire and connect the zinc strip of one bottle with the copper strip of other bottle. See here. We connected zinc strip of one bottle to the copper strip of another bottle. Yes. Now fill both bottles with sulfuric acid. Okay, this is one of the concentrated acid, sulfuric acid. So here carefully have to hold with this here. So carefully close the bottles with the caps in which the copper wires and zinc strips are inserted. right? We close this caps. You can see here by using of rubber cork we closed this caps here. Now your cell is ready. So how will you test it? So take an LED light emitting diode, attach two wires to its two terminals. You can see here we connected the two wires to its terminal. One is a zinc wire and another one is a copper wire here. Attach two wires to its terminals. Attach the wire from one terminal to the copper wire of the first bottle and the wire from the other terminal to the zinc plate of the second bottle, right? So we connected copper and zinc to this LED. So did the light up? In case you have any problem, consult your teacher here. So do all the cells contain liquid in them? So let us find out what the batteries in our touch contain. So here, when we use this LED, so we observe the glowing of bulb here. Okay, so we connected one zinc wire and a copper wire to this LED. So right, so okay, we connected here one zinc and copper here, right? So here the bulb glows. See here the activity 1. So take the help of your teacher to cut open a dry cell. So first of all take one dry cell. So we have to open this dry cell here. So what can you see inside it? So observe the chemical components in the dry cell. See here the paths are given in the dry cell. Right? So inside a dry cell there are certain chemicals which react with one another to produce electric energy. Okay, inside a dry cell there are certain chemicals. Okay, so which react with one another to produce electric energy. Okay, so here this is the metal cap, this is the positive terminal and this is the seal, right? And here this is a zinc container, negative terminal, and this is the carbon rod, this is the carbon powder, and this is the outer cover, and this is the aluminum chloride paste, right? So here a dry cell consists of a container made up of zinc metal, right? So this container is made up of zinc metal here. And the container also serves as a negative terminal in the center. Okay, so a carbon graphite rod with a metal cap serves as a positive terminal. This is a positive terminal here, right? Carbon or graphite rod. So the carbon rod is surrounded by a mixture of carbon particles. So all these carbon powder, right? So it is surrounded by carbon particles here. And a chemical called ammonium chloride. So this is the ammonium chloride here, right? So this graphite rod is surrounded by mixture of carbon powder and ammonium chloride. So the cell is sealed from the top. So the dry cell can supply electric current in a circuit for a certain time. So after that its chemical get exhausted and it cannot be used anymore, right? So dry cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy. Okay. Now see symbols of electric components. So do you know about symbols? How do you indicate to your teacher that you wish to go out to drink water? You know the signs for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. You might have used the symbols for greater than, less than, equal to, etc. So here symbols play an important role in our life. So they convey precise meaning with few descriptions. So some common electric components can be represented by standard symbols as shown in the following page here. So see here. So here given activity 2, write the symbols for given electric components in the table, right? So here we have to write the symbols. Yes. See the electric component and symbol here. First given cell, electric bulb, electric switch and battery. See here the symbol of cell. Yes, so this is the symbol of cell. And electric bulb. Okay, so the symbol for electric bulb. Right. Now, electric switch. Yes, and a battery. So battery symbol is like this. Right? Positive, negative, positive, negative. So this is the symbol for battery. So we'll use like these symbols to indicate some electric components.